Hey there, friends and viewers. Welcome to a Pokemon Violet video. This is Generation 9 of Pokemon. We're playing on the Nintendo Switch 1. And before I transferred my game saves over to NS2, I wanted to do a couple of like farewell videos to the NS1 because after this, I'll probably never play or I'll never record on it again. I'll put it that way. I mean, you can probably tell with this rain back here, it's just the frame rate is probably like 19 right there. And so I'm looking forward to that 60 FPS. And I wanted to show you this little team comp I've been messing around with, probably sleeping, groggy, barely awake, and decided, I want to do ranked video with Gligar, Eviolite Gligar. So here he is. Um, yeah, I just wanted to do some anti-meta videos. So the Pokemon meta, it gets kind of stale. They always have to change it all the time because, in my opinion now, this is just one noob's opinion, so many of these formats just have way too many restrictive Pokemon in them. Um, it's kind of annoying, to be honest. I think the game takes a lot more skill when you're using max one restricted Pokemon. You kind of build your team around that one Pokemon. But we're in Regulation I right now, which allows you to do two restricted Pokemon. Um, this team comp, when I came up with it, it didn't even include one, so we're not even going to use one. Uh, which means basically, what are you trying to do? You're trying to tank your rank. Well, first of all, I don't care about my rank in this game one bit because the season resets at the end of the month, and also I'm just kind of prepping for the new Zygarde game, Gen 10, and we're just having fun. We're just not necessarily trolling. These are all really well spec'd Pokemon. I put a lot of thought into this, and look, we're going up against a guy who's like me, doesn't want to use a restricted Pokemon. But right off the bat, I do see a reboot right there, which means either this guy is a troll, or he's got an Eviolite reboot. So, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. So I'm 1 for 3 with this comp, starting with 0, right? No placement matches whatsoever. And that means that I'm probably like bottom feeding right now. Hopefully this dude, all his pokes, you can see they're level 50, but hopefully uh, they're EV trained and perfect IVs and all that, because I kid you not, my Pokemon are perfectly spec'd. Okay, I am try hard with this team. I'm just not using any restricted Pokemon, and I just want to see, can it work. So this is actually a weather team. It's built around Sandstorm, which is widely considered to be like the second worst weather type, right after snow. Sand is pretty fun because there's some abilities that synergize with it. The Gligar has Sand Veil, which increases his. I don't even know what that rock type is right there. I think he's Rock Bug. Let me just look him up real quick so I don't make any grievous errors here. Spidops, My name is the Human Spider. Okay, he's just straight up Bug. So good. He's not benefiting from the Sandstorm at all. We don't have to worry about that. If he was Rock, that might be a little bit more of a concern for me. So why don't we just go straight for 2 sword dances on Gligar. And Bug, it's going to hit my T-Tar kind of hard. I don't know. I really doubt that Spidops is faster than T-Tar, though. So we're going to go for the Rock Slide. Hopefully this doesn't backfire on me, because I could have just swapped in a different Pokemon and then had that Tyranitar Sandstorm on entry. Oh, he's going for speed control. Okay, so that's going to lower the speed of all my Pokemon as they enter the battle. Are we going to get any flinches here? Toxic Spikes. All right. So this is a build he's running that very much discourages switching of Pokemon, which is okay with me because the Gligar, he just got off a free sword dance and he wants to stay in. So we're going to be at 4 stages of of attack after this. Now we could protect and hopefully blocks one of Spydop's, sorry, bug attacks on T-Tar, which probably won't kill because he's pretty high defense. Or we could just go for another Rock Slide and probably wipe out both of them. So, or sorry, at least wipe out the Spydop. So let's go for that Rock Slide. Now, if he doesn't have a means to neutralize my sword, my 2 stages of... What the... I mean, this guy is just ultimate cheese right here. I didn't even know you could stack spikes and poison spikes. So I'm just not going to switch in. I'm not going to bring in another Pokemon because I'm going to get slowed, poisoned, and damaged if I do. Oh, and he flinched. Okay. That Pincurchin is very slow from what I can tell. I think Gligar is the fastest on the field right here. So we'll see what he brings in. We got kind of lucky there, hitting the Rock Slide on both targets twice in a row. There we have a shiny Alolan Raichu. Now I think this guy, he can have Levitate as an ability. There's only one way to find out. So at least the Pincurchin is going to get wiped out here. We have to protect on T-Tar, otherwise he's going to die. What the heck just happened? Oh crap! I can't protect. Oh, what am I gonna do? I totally forgot. I brought the Assault Vest and now I can't protect. I can tank it. Oh, crap. Crap, 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 crap. Double Rock Slide. Double Rock Slide. No. No, no, no! I didn't get to choose an attack on Tyranitar. I just totally freaked out. So I think in this scenario, what happens is... it picks a random attack from Tyranitar, or maybe his first attack, which would be Brick Break. Not the best choice, but it's enough to kill the Raichu. Okay, that was just, I mean, I am noobing out here. You know, I'm a little bit rusty with making videos, but, you know, I got mad respect for this player because he's really trying to be creative. He's got all these shiny Pokemon, so clearly he's experienced, and he's just messing around like I am for fun factor. Now, I did mean to have Protect on the Tyranitar. I originally spec'd him with the Smooth Stone, which increases his ability for 8 turns. You know, the Sandstorm. He gets 8 turns of Sandstorm instead of 5, which did allow me to use Protect. But I got smoked by somebody using Palkia and Kyogre in their opening team, you know, turn 1. And so I was like, I need to have... Oh, that missed. That's a shame, because it probably would have one-hit KO me because I'm ×4 weak to fighting on Tyranitar. So, shame. He could have just wiped out the Tyranitar. He still has a chance to, actually. Anyway, so we swapped from the Smooth Stone to the Assault Vest, and then we couldn't use Protect. So we're gonna get destroyed by Earthquake probably, but you know, it's already GG. I got a lot of respect for this player. Kind of a tip of the hat to him. His comp is a little bit more trolly than mine. I mean, he had a reboot on his team, so I'm really curious about the reboot. We'll do another match. We'll see if we can get a little bit more of a challenge here and see if the Gligar can actually make himself useful. You know, I really like Gligar. Johto Gen 2 is probably my favorite Pokemon game. I just had the fondest memories of it. I must have been like 8 years old when it came out, somewhere around there. And I just remember... look at that defense, dude. That actually confused me. I just remember playing like on the Game Boy Advance with the link cables, Pokemon Gold and Silver, and it just really imprinted on me. So I've got a soft spot for all the Gen 2 Pokemon. And with the 2 stages of attack boost, the double Sword Dance Tyranitar did survive the non-critical hit from Gligar. So that's good to know. Not part of the plan, by the way. I think I'm gonna have to quickly swap out that Assault Vest on the Tyranitar so we can we can get a little bit more protect going on and have some better options. I totally spaced out and forgot that I couldn't use protect if I'm wearing the assault vest. Okay, so we're now 2 for 2 with this team comp. I don't know if you really count that. I count it. I mean, it is ranked. We're doing the ladder, so Eviolite Gligar, it's working. 50-50 right now. So we're going to give it another shot and see if we can't make that 3-2. So here we're going to put in the smooth stone. I think that's what it's called. It's some kind of stone. Just bear with me here. Where is that stone? Did I just pass it? Smooth rock. There it is. So the sandstorm lasts for 8 turns instead of 5. We swap it out for the for the assault vest, and we go back into the Pokemon Battle Stadium. So where am I doing with content here on the channel? You know, it's been a while. Since my last upload, I did have my wife gave birth to my first child. It's a son. A son was born to me, and he's taken an interest. You know, I'll play Pokemon on the big screen TV, and he's like eyes glued. He's about 1.5 years now, so I don't really want the eyes glued. That's why I moved the Switch into the office and everything. But, you know, I can tell that he's into Pokemon, and we're probably going to make some Pokemon videos when he's old enough. We don't want to introduce him too soon. But that's something I'm really excited about. I'm also really excited about the next generation on the Switch too. So that's what we're doing here. We're kind of prepping for that. Now, oh, look at that shiny Typhlosion. Very cool. Pink fire. Sick. All right, so we're going up against Prince Zuko of the Fire Nation, and he's got a Miraidon, so he's probably going to open with Miraidon. Now, the way it works is the faster Pokemon gets his terrain or weather up, and then the slower Pokemon overrides the faster one. So Miraidon is very fast, but he's actually just getting up electric terrain. Well, the cool thing about Gligar is that his typing is very cool defensively. He's ground flying, so he's immune to electricity, and he's immune to ground. Now Tyranitar is a little bit more susceptible to Miraidon, but not really. He's going to resist the electric attacks, so I'm comfortable with the same opener. Now, do we have anybody who's got really high defense? We have the Garganacl. But, you know, I'm not too worried about him. I want to bring in Hisuian Arcanine, but I think we're going to bring in Iron Crown instead, because the Steel will counter his rock Pokemon, the Tachyon Cutter. So that's a pretty balanced comp. We have a support, 2 supports really. We have a attack sweeper, and we have a Calm Mind spec on our Iron Crown, who's a special attacker and very fast. So I like the balance here. I think we have a good chance of winning this one against a player who is definitely using a restrictive Pokemon. Although if he's honorable, he won't use the Miraidon because he sees that I don't even have a restrictive here. I'm sorry, but I'm going to ignore this phone call. As you probably tell from my shirt, I did start a business, so hopefully getting calls there. Okay, so we got Miraidon, who's bringing in Hadron Engine. Now, the grass is kind of a problem for Tyranitar. I don't know, Grassy Glide, is it really a concern for me? I don't think he's doing Grassy Glide, though, because he's got up the electric terrain. So our options are just to spam Rock Slide on turn 1. Are we going to encounter any earthquakes? Any ground attacks? I doubt it. Well, let's just see what he does. So we'll Sword Dance on Gligar, and then I guess we'll Rock Slide and hope for a flinch. I might be faster than that Rillaboom. Really, it comes down to what Miraidon's doing. He just used Dazzling Gleam, which thanks to Gligar's Sand Veil, we were able to dodge. So he's going to start getting really scared if I get up another Sword Dance. What is that? Drum beating. Okay, physical damage. Speed fell. I don't really like that. I don't like the speed control there on the Gligar, because that means that Rillaboom is probably faster now. Now, what is the Miraidon going to do? He's probably going to spam... Oh, I am confused. Do we have grass terrain up or electric terrain? We have grassy terrain up. Weird opener this guy's using. So he might use Grassy Glide. Doesn't really matter at this point. I think we should go for an EQ and hopefully KO the Miraidon. And then hopefully they target the Tyranitar and still think that Gligar is a joke. So we protect on the T-Tar. See how this goes. Gligar should be able to survive another physical attack if he gets hit. Oh, he dodges it twice in a row? Tell me he dodged it twice in a row. No, he didn't. I thought he did for a second there. But he took surprisingly little damage. Flying attack. Oh, sorry. Fighting attack on T-Tar would have killed him. This is going to be devastating for him. It's going to KO the Miraidon and do a lot of damage here. Really not that much damage to Rillaboom. Wow, he's really high defense. And the Sandstorm, it does KO. So I thought that the EQ would take out the Miraidon. Clearly we need to do another Sword Dance. He might start Grassy Gliding, but do we really care? I think he's going to go for another Drain Punch on the Tyranitar. So what we're going to do is swap in Amoonguss in that spot. And we really have to decide, are we going to go for another Sword Dance or a Rock Slide? Here we have a Typhlosion. Man, that shiny is cool. No, he's not shiny. This must be, I don't know what region that's from. I got to look it up real quick because I don't know what I'm dealing with. We don't have much time. Yeah, I did skip a couple generations here. So that's Fire Ghost Typhlosion from Hisui. I did not play the Hisuian game. So he's still weak to Earthquake. I think we're just going to go for a Rock Slide. And then we're going to swap in Amoonguss and hopefully get off a Pollen Puff. So here's my hope, that he spams Drain Punch on T-Tar again. Amoonguss tanks it. And then we get off the Rock Slide on both targets, and then we Pollen Puff the Gligar and keep it in the battle. So here we have Terra Fire. He's still going to get hit hard by the Rock Slide if it goes off. So it's Terra Fire, Hisuian Typhlosion. Using Eruption. Oh no, that might one-shot. That's going to one-shot my freaking... No! No! Amoonguss! I did not see that coming. The Drain Punch. It hits. Does absolutely nothing on my flying type Gligar with incredible defense stat. I really doubt this is going to KO the Typhlosion, but he might be really squishy. Could we get a flinch? Doesn't matter because they both moved. Okay, this is getting really close now. This is my first time battling a Hisuian Typhlosion. I apologize for thinking it was a shiny. I know a lot of Pokemon enthusiasts are going to grill me for that one. Never seen a Hisuian Typhlosion before, so give me a break. Alright, we got speed boost here because of that booster energy. And we got to decide, what are we going to do here? Does our boy Iron Crown have Protect? I think he does. Yeah, he does. So if they target Gligar, this is going to fall flat on its ass. This is a high-risk play. If they target Iron Crown, then this is going to be like the game-winning move. So we're going to go for EQ on Gligar with only one Sword Dance. And he's going to bring in Garganacl. That's EQ is going to hurt him. It all comes down to what Rillaboom does. Come on, Rillaboom. Grassy Glide on the Gligar. He survives. I'll take it. I'll take that. So Rillaboom will survive. Garganacl will take a lot of damage. Or no damage. What the heck, dude? I'm disappointed in this Earthquake damage so far. Like, Gligar's tanking ability is very nice. Very nice, but without the Pollen Puff, he can't stay in forever, and he only has one Sword Dance off, right? So we have 2 stages of attack, and he's dealing like no damage to these high defense Pokemon, so it's a little disappointing. We're going to use him for a Rock Slide, hopefully get off a flinch, and then I think we can KO this Garganacl if we go for him. I don't know what his plan is with that, but he should die because it's very high defense. Oh my gosh, he must be wearing Assault Vest. Okay, this is looking pretty grim for us. It's alright, we still have Tyranitar in the wings. Rillaboom's going to stay in the battle. Tyranitar can come in with an Earthquake. Or does he only have Rock Slide? I don't remember. Rillaboom avoids. Garganacl doesn't care. But he did flinch, so that's a big deal. And Iron Crown actually benefits from the grassy terrain. Now, how many more turns do we have of Sandstorm? I think it's about to expire. You know, Gligar's damage output is not very good. I really could have gone for a second Sword Dance here, but I just didn't. I didn't think I would be able to get the benefit from it. If we did go for a second SD earlier, I think things would have been a lot different. I don't know what he's going to talk. He's probably going to Grassy Glide the Gligar. So I could actually swap him in for T-Tar. But that doesn't make sense. Maybe the Grassy Glide... Maybe it misses. Because we still have... We gotta make a choice here. We still have Sandvale up. So hopefully this Tachyon Cutter takes out the Garganacl. Okay, this is good, because Gligar's going to get to move. Okay, we don't care. Oh, it's going to kill him. Yes! Way to go, Iron Crown. You're earning your place on this team, bro. Okay, so now it's 3v1. Oh! Way to go, Gligar. Okay, he redeems himself. Gligar is officially viable in Regulation I, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Don't you forget it, ladies and gentlemen. You see that Rock Slide? That Rock Slide was a game-winning move.
It's 3v1. Oh! Gligar is officially viable.
Off of one Sword Dance only. You see how many hits he took? Oh, Eviolite Gligar. Eviolite Gligar is the future. That's it. He's coming for everybody now. What's going on? Is this lag, dude? Is the match over or isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's over. Miraidon's done. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Grassy Surge. He's trying to figure out what to do with his life. I think if we just... You know, I wish I had Protect or Substitute instead of Sandstorm, because Tyranitar is alive and well. He does have Drain Punch, though, so we want to keep Tyranitar away from this Rillaboom. Because I don't want to get Drain Punched and then lose this match. So we're just going to go straight offense on Rillaboom. I can't believe the Sandstorm is still active, which means that Gligar is still Sand Veiling and still can dodge 20% of the attacks. If he dodged right there, I would have been like, it's over. Eviolite Gligar is the future. I already said that, actually. My goodness. He must be wearing Assault Vest and just totally dominating these special attacks right now. So I think that this times very well, because Sandstorm should subside right there, right? No, we bring it in before he subsides, so we didn't actually get Sandstorm up again, which sucks. Now, I think he's faster. He certainly is with Grassy Glide. I don't want to take any chances with this guy. So if he got off a Drain Punch, it would probably kill Tyranitar, and then all bets are off what happens. So let's just go for Protect and Tachyon Cutter. Even if the Tachyon Cutter doesn't defeat him, that one tick on the Sandstorm will. So, what? Did he quit? He quit. What does that do? What does that... He just rage quit, right? That doesn't mess up my ranking. Okay, so I think he went for the Drain Punch because he didn't move first. So as soon as he saw the T-Tower Protect, he said, oh, rage quit. But yeah, if he did get off that Drain Punch, it could have gone very differently. So yeah, that was 2 wins in a row with this team comp, my Sand team. Now, if I wanted to be a little bit more serious with it, I got to bring in at least one restrictive Pokemon, and it would probably be Groudon, because he's ground. It kind of synergizes with the Sandstorm a little bit, but you know, it's pretty fun going up against restrictive Pokemon and winning without using one. It's like, come at me, bro. So, Gligar, better than Miraidon, official. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel. We'll come on with some more Pokemon content soon. Thank you.